Bonjour mes amis. That's my best spoken French. I used to work in a factory. There's a video where I mention it, and I was part of a design team that did the power packs on the Sinclair Spectrum and the ZX Spectrum and the ZX80, ZX81. The design team. Yep. Build one, test it, write down the numbers, check it, see if they work. Anyway, one day I was coming back from lunch, and I was always late because when you're doing something you're not into, you're not keen, are you? You're either keen to get it over with or you take your time. Well, seeing as I was there for a certain amount of time anyway, I was always the last minute of the clock to clock in. Anyway, as I was coming back, I was walking through the factory back to the lab. I used to work in a lab, I was a boffin. I met these pair of eyes looking at me, and they looked at me all the way through, past some of the factory bits, all through, just kept eye contact, and then I disappeared out to where the L-shaped lab was. Hey, a few minutes later, this girl came and joined our team. Excuse me. We're in the meadow now. And she became the winder of the bobbins. Which, inside your power packs, your chargers of your phones, your computers, inside that there is a core, a bobbin with some wires wrapped around it in a certain amount, and then an iron core through the center, and it takes current in, changes it, current and voltage in, changes it, and powers your devices. So she used to wind those. Anyway, we got on really well, and it transpired that she had a lot of poltergeist activity around her, certainly at her house. Obviously that was something to do with her home life. So anyway, if we fast forward, I then lived in another house just after that time, and we had some poltergeist activity go on. I'll talk about it in another video, I'll talk about it all. And then another 10 years later, I was living in another house with my son and his mother, and we started having poltergeist activity. So I started thinking, ooh, maybe it's me. So I went to see a Christian healer. And during the course of our Christian healer and medium, she worked with certain spirits. Anyway, as we did our sessions, one thing transpired, and that was that I'm ahead of my time. that's what kept being said. There's nothing wrong. You're ahead of your time. You're ahead of your time. Now, the poltergeisty activity wasn't me. It was things around the houses. Anyway, that's another story. So, you don't want to seem, you know, like, yeah, I know. But when everybody tells you you are, and it kind of things, when you're completely different to everybody, I don't fit in with anyone, I don't fit in with my work, I'm not run of the mill, even my work isn't normal. It's a beautiful light this morning. We've had a horrible storm, so I thought I'd take the opportunity. So, even since my late teens, I've known about things that go on in the world and that are becoming more and more obvious now to people, but I've known about it since then. So I didn't bother preparing for old age and retirement. I remember at school we were all asked, what do you think about pensions when you get to pension age? And we said they probably won't exist. Well, there's still a while to go, and they've already moved the age forward 2 years, so who knows, there's still time. And this is a psychic generation we're talking about who saw this. That's another video. So I've been waiting really. I've kind of done what I can do and got a lot of grief for it. Now I've been waiting for everyone to catch up, for everyone else to see. And it looks like that might be happening now, at last. Although I'd rather it had happened 30 years ago, and then I might have had some kind of life. Some kind of more fulfilling life, actually. But anyway, I'm not here to depress you. And I'm not broken. Anchor is an energy. If I can quote Mr. Lydon. Yeah, this is just a bit quick break. I'll walk around, and I just wanted to say that, you know, it's funny how you can find things out because of other things. Like, I kind of want to go and talk about the poltergeist activity now, but this will make this video really long, so apologies if I've got you all wanting to know what happened. There's a number of stories. It led me on to finding out that I can actually clear energy and do exorcisms and space cleansing and stuff like that. I know exorcism, everyone has this mad religious idea about it, but it's just moving spirits, that's all it is. Now, I've done it a number of times, loads of times in fact. That's a circuit, almost a circuit. It's a circuit without ducking a lot anyway, that is. It's just a nice little spot to just come and have a look. We didn't disturb any deer. Sorry about my sniffing. And this is this meadow. So it was cut not so long ago. It's probably going to need mowing again. But yeah, it now just looks like a field of grass. But it was, we had a young deer living in it for a while. For some reason I don't think he could escape. And it was a male, I'm pretty sure. I'll stop squinting. There, spell it. So yes, come on people, hurry up. Stop planning for a future and live now. Because nothing is guaranteed. And if you're grabbing on and hoarding, then there's something wrong. You're stopping the flow. You know, we're talking energetically as well. You know, energetically, if you're grabbing on to things, hoarding money or hoarding anything, you are stopping the flow of it. And it feeds into a fear belief that there's not enough. Well, if I say that the whole population of the world can fit with social distancing, could stand in the county of Yorkshire. I've worked it out. I've done my maths a number of times and that is, I came to the same figure. So, you know, I mean, we could certainly all fit in easily with being an arm, you know, a metre apart. So that makes you think, doesn't it? Why is everyone all squashed into these small areas and then go to work and they don't do anything to do with food, work in an office? Well, it looks like the trees have dropped me some pine needles, so I'm going to take those and make myself some tea. Cool, what a whopper! Yeah, it's that big. So I'm going to leave it here, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ta-da!